learners, welcome to e-education Let's Learn Crack NIOS. We are doing chapter 5 of English 12th standard, Fuel of the Future. Do you know of a source of energy that is clean, renewable and totally free? Read and find out. Objective of this lesson: read and understand a piece of scientific writing. Use the passive voice, make notes, and ask for and supply information in speech. We'll start with section 1. The buzzword today is clean energy, something that we can reap from nature, and the search has led man to the sun, solar, the wind, the tidal, water, and even biogas. The good news is that we in India have reason to be proud. Not only do we have the world's only ministry for renewable energy source, but we are also the world's fifth largest producer of wind energy. Wind energy is derived through the process where wind is used to generate mechanical power or electricity. Wind turbines convert the kinetic energy in the wind into mechanical power, which can be used for specific tasks such as grinding grains or pumping water. A generator converts this mechanical power into electricity. Since recorded history, wind power has been used to move ships, grind grains, and pump water. There is evidence that the wind energy was used to propel boats along the Nile as early as 5000 BC. Section 2. What has been the history of man's use of wind energy? Where and how is wind energy used in India? In the United States, millions of windmills were erected as the American West was developed during the 19th century. Most of them were used to pump water for farms and ranches. By 1910, wind turbine generators were producing electricity in many European countries. And while today one associates windmills with the Netherlands, where they are used for pumping water, it is in Denmark that wind is an effective source of energy. Close to home, Tamil Nadu was among the first in India to give a flippy to wind energy over 10 years ago and continue to be a leader. Nearly half of India's nearly 200 MW, that I think is megawatts of installed capacity from wind energy, comes from Tamil Nadu. Wind turbines have been decorating our landscape near Madurai and beyond. In Chennai, at the Center for Wind Energy Technology, research is done to check out various wind sites where wind energy can be tapped, and wind turbines of various sizes are checked to see if they're delivering what they promise to do. Wind energy is also abundant in many parts of India, from Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh, and Kerala to the hilly regions in Maharashtra. Section 3. Is wind energy popularly used? What are its advantages? Does it have any drawbacks? In the West, surveys have consistently shown that the public prefers wind and other renewable energy forms over conventional sources of generation. Wind energy is free, renewable resource, so no matter how much is used today, there will still be the same supply in the future. Wind energy is also a source of clean, non-polluting electricity. Unlike conventional power plant, wind plant emits no air pollutants or greenhouse gases. In 1990, California's wind power plant offset the emission of more than 2.5 billion pounds of carbon dioxide and 15 million pounds of other pollutants that would have otherwise been produced. It would take a forest of 90 million to 175 million trees to provide the same air quality. Some have voiced concern over the noise produced by rotor blades, aesthetic impact, and plight of birds that fly into the rotors. Most of these problems do not exist in India as wind farms are located in remote areas or the problems have already been resolved through technological development. The major challenge to use wind as a power source is that it is intermittent and it does not always blow when electricity is needed. The fact remains that wind is the fastest growing source of electricity generation in the world, and who knows, might even be a lucrative career for many. So now we come to grammar, the passive voice. We use the active voice to say what the subject does. Wind turbine converts the kinetic energy in the wind. Surveys have shown that the public prefers wind energy. We use passive voice to say what happens to the subject. So in active voice, we are talking what the subject is doing. In passive voice, we are saying what happens to the subject. Wind energy was used to propel boats along the Nile. In the United States, millions of windmills were erected. The passive is be. The passive is be, is, was, have been, etc. Plus the past participle done, seen, cleaned. When we use passive, who or what causes the action is often unknown or unimportant. Now let us come to let's write. Read the passage and make note with the help of the given clues under it. Use short forms, that is abbreviations, or now I can create the abbreviations also into a short form as ABR or ABB whenever possible. Give your note a suitable title. Obesity linked diabetes is for the first time being reported in children and adolescents in UK and many other countries. A 1986 landmark study of obesity and television viewing found a clear association between the number of hours of television a child watched and the risk of the child becoming obese or overweight. In 12 to 17-year-olds, the prevalence of obesity increased by 2% for every hour of weekly television time. A more recent study found that while 8% of children watching 1 hour or less of television a day were obese, 18% of children watching 4 or more hours were obese. The more children watch, the more they eat. By comparison, even reading is a workout. At least in studies, they have been done with obese children. Perhaps because it engages their mind a bit more empathetically. Television viewing prompts children to consume food while they consume less energy. An ideal recipe for obesity. Marketing soft, sweet, and salty food on television is good business, and children are the most vulnerable targets. Childhood obesity rates are highest in countries where advertising on children's television program is least regulated. In Australia, the United States, and England. Sweden and Norway maintain a virtual ban on advertising to children and have consistently low levels of childhood obesity. Ireland, Belgium, Italy, and Denmark pose restrictions on children's advertisement, are pressing the other states of the European Union to do the same. Now, you have to give a title. What is it about? Link between TV viewing and obesity. What is the earlier finding and recent finding? Age 12 to 17, same. How many hours and increase in obesity? You have to fill it. Reason why this is happening. Advertisement regulated. So, which are the countries where it's regulated? Countries that restrict ads. And key to abbreviation used. Because you always cannot use big words, so you make it small. So maybe you can make children CH, something like that, or you can make a television TV, or let's see what else is there. Uh, yeah, whatever you make the small, whatever you make small, the key has to be here. Like for abbreviation, AB. So you write key to abbreviation used. So if you're writing television, write television and TV so that you know what abbreviation you're using. With this, we complete today's chapter, that is chapter 5 for the senior secondary. Do check out the description box to contact us. Please share, like, and subscribe. If you do have any doubts, you can write it down in the comment section or you can join our WhatsApp and Telegram groups. Let's see you in the next chapter. Bye for now.